Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the three amigos, my good friends for Thursday conversations. Dion, how are you?
Howdy, doing great. Ready for round two.
Awesome. And Matt, you?
I'm super excited to be here and now babyless.
Now, yeah, this just got less cute. I don't know.
I know. Well, that's what happens, but
Yeah.
I was waiting for it to like puke on me.
Hey man, that would have made my video go viral. Go get it back.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting to see, it was kind of like musical chairs. I was waiting to see who was going to be talking when she starts projecting. I think she disagrees. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, hey guys, for video number two, this was sparked by some housing numbers that came out yesterday. Shockingly, housing is up again. Supply is down. But the real number I want to talk about today is first-time home buyers. First-time home buyers, record low, 26%, record low. I started thinking about this and going, hey, is a first-time home buyer screwed because we can't build cheap homes? We have Wall Street now getting the highest adjusted risk-adjusted return in single family. We now have foreign buyers. If you guys aren't following John Burns on Twitter, you're missing out. John Burns just pointed at 12 different centers, Europe, Asia, South America, Canada, all buying because again, they want to protect their wealth. So I just got to ask, and we'll start with Matt. Is the first-time home buyer screwed? I mean, they can't fight. They should just give up, right?
I think they're going to have to pivot.
Okay, tell me more.
Have to pivot. Yeah. So I think what they're going to have to focus on is different strategies. I think there's going to be different strategies for first-time home buyers. Cheat code to wealth. Sorry, it's a shameless plug, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah. That
is going to be in the next 5 years. That is going to be, I think, much more the norm. Not people buying their first single-family residence, but people buying their first duplex, triplex, or quadplex, becoming landlords, getting into a property that they own that they're no longer renting, because now the rents are nuts.
Oh, they're
from a landlord. The rents are nuts.
They're wacky.
They're nuts.
Dude,
I had somebody. Go ahead.
Phoenix, 39% rent increase. Crazy.
Is that all?
Oh,
the funny thing is, Tampa, same thing. Like the numbers are insane. And I have friends in these different markets and they're like, I literally had somebody say they would pay the entire rent in a year for the entire year's rent. They're like, we'll just pay the entire year's rent. And I was like, and I said, instead of buying a house, they're just going to pay the entire year's rent. Yeah. And then they want to just be able to kind of shop at their leisure. So I don't think that first-time home buyers are screwed necessarily, because we all know that this is the administration that loves to gift give year round.
Yes, and apparently student loan payments are no longer due.
Yeah, so that's just debt that you owe. Don't worry about that. And so I think that there's going to be down payment assistance. I think there's going to be a 40-year mortgage. I think there's going to be all these things. And I think that they will do something to incent that. So what does that mean? That means that because of inflation, because money's easier, and because there's a program around it, any of the asset that has the kind of, triple-headed monster after it, all those assets go up.
Yeah.
So that's
all right. Deanne, what do you think? First-time home buyer screwed?
Well, I have an unpopular opinion.
It's
not time specific. It's not like right now in this year in 2022 and as we go forward that the first-time home buyer is screwed. I think in the history of the United States, the first-time home buyer has been screwed. We've been lied to. We've been told, get a good education, rack up a bunch of student loan debt, work until you're 65, hopefully pay off your mortgage by the time you get there. So I think if people, and they're probably not watching this channel, if their goal is to buy their forever home first and never own a rental, we're looking at one rental at a time.
Yep.
Matt nailed it. If we don't look at house hacking, they're even more screwed now. That is time specific.
Yep.
As prices go up, so many people are saying price is the factor. CNN just came out with an article saying this bubble is the same as the bubble in 2008. And the only thing that they were quoting was prices are high and people don't think we're in a bubble. And since people don't think we're in a bubble, we didn't think we were then, so we must be now. But they're not watching those crazy rents. I just used the binder strategy on Section 8, got the letter 2 days ago. They would go to 1860. That's what they said they would pay in this area for a 4-bedroom house in the county that I'm at. I showed them comps. I sent an email with comps at 2,400. And I said, I'm going to 2,200. I'm not even to the area average. They came back with an email. The letter came 2 days ago. that this is the new rate, 2,200. This is what we pay. This is what the tenant pays. Rents are going crazy. So it's not that housing prices are the only factor. It's what's happening with rents. So the people who look at house hacking in any form, whether it's, and this confuses me, before we own a house, we're totally fine having roommates. We would let someone else help us pay somebody else's mortgage. But once it's our mortgage, we don't want anybody else to help us pay with that. So roommates is one option. If you have young kids, maybe not. But then you have house with an ADU. Your buildings don't even touch. Then you look at duplex or separating a split level or building out an apartment basement. The people that look for a strategy to reduce or eliminate their housing costs are not screwed at any point in time.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You finish.
But I do think the problem we're going to run into is people are going to be told there's a housing crash coming. So sit on the sidelines and wait. So they're going to miss out on all the cash flow, appreciation, principal pay down. Yeah. And on the other side of that, people are going to be told now is the best time to become a homeowner because first time buyer programs, adjustable rate mortgages, the best way to get a low payment, and 40-year mortgages. And so people are going to buy more house than they can afford.
Yeah. So I want to say a couple of things here. First off, I never know where these conversations were going to go, but this is exactly what I was hoping I would get. Taxi companies don't like Uber, right?
Right.
You got all of these analogy. What I would like to say is this is not the 1950s anymore, where the whole goal was to work 40 hours for 40 years and get the gold watch and buy your forever home step one. That said, this is actually perhaps one of the best times to get on the financial ladder early. A la house hacking, either roommates like Todd Baldwin. Todd Baldwin grew up with nothing. He's been featured on CNBC Millennial Millionaire. He's been on my channel several times. He bought a $500,000 house in Seattle with $18,000 down, right? 3% plus some closing costs. He had roommates, not even like duplexes and ADUs. He had roommates. $18,000. He had a buddy who had 18 grand, same age, bought a nice whip, right? A SUV, Escalade or something. Mm-hmm. Guess who's doing better today?
Yeah, Todd was just on Jubilee. His friend wasn't.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. He was on Jubilee, rich versus poor. Yes. So again, what I would tell you if you were under 30, I want you to change your mindset. This is not the worst time to be a first-time home buyer. This is the best time. You're going to get on the property ladder with a fourplex or below, or maybe a big 5-bedroom house like Todd. You're going to get in for nothing. 3%. If you can't save 3%, we have different problems.
They clearly didn't get their money right.
Yeah, they didn't get their money right. $99. Figure it out, folks. But again, if you can't save 3%, you shouldn't own a home anyway, because homes are expensive. $500,000. You are controlling a $500,000 asset for 15 grand. And you are now using the cheat code to wealth. You have taken your living cost and it is zero. Do you know how expensive it is to live in Seattle?
Not zero.
It's probably like $2,000 a month, right? Just for like a little flat or
one bedroom,
right? He lived in a swanky 5-bedroom, 3-bath house for free. And guess what happened when he sold the house? Did his roommates get any of that? Nope. He got all of it. He walked away with a check for over $300,000. 5 years, 15 grand, 18 grand turned into 300 grand. He lived for free and made about $1,500 a month. What's the problem? And oh, by the way, he was married. So all of that gain, because it's his primary, tax-free. Thank you very much. So again, what I want to tell the folks getting started is house hacking is the answer. It may not be what your mom and dad did. Get over it. You're going to get on the ladder. You're going to go so much faster. You go follow 4-3-2-1 that Matt has created in the course, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. You go 4-3-2-1 over a decade. You are financially free most of the time. You are a millionaire and perhaps multimillionaire, and you are set by the time you are 30. Get over yourself, do the work, get on the property ladder. Stop listening to the media saying you're screwed. You are not screwed. You have so many things in front of you. And then, oh, by the way, what really frightens me, Dion, is something you said. I'm staring into the future where the crystal ball says a 40-year mortgage is coming. I don't know when, but it's coming. And oh, by the way, if you don't know what that means, I've done the math. It means real estate's going to go up between 10 and 12%. Like that.
Based on one program being available, not including inflation.
It's just math.
Just math.
Next, I believe this administration is the handout administration. So we are going to get a first-time home buyer program because, again, as I started this video, first-time home buyers are record low. This administration will not like that. If you increase demand into record low supply, which we just reported in November, guess what happens? Then we have foreign buyers who the rest of the world's not as safe. The dollar is the reserve currency of the world. We are a rule of law most of the time. They're going to come here. They're going to park their money. They're not even going to get a loan, guys. They're going to just park their freaking cash. And then we've got the good old deep pocketed Wall Street who can't get a return anywhere else that now gets a 6 or 6.5 risk adjusted return. They are so greedy for housing. They are buying direct from builders. All of that tells me buy as much as I can that cash flows today and hold on because we are going to get some juice going.
Well, look what we've seen in the last year.
Mm-hmm.
If you own appreciating assets, we've all won the lottery.
Yeah.
just by holding it. The cash flow is great, but look at the cash flow now compared to a year and a half ago.
Yeah. If
pretty
your
much across the
portfolio
board.
went up 20%, let's just do some math.
Yeah.
Let's assume you owned $1 million. You owned $1 million. You own $1 million and you have 800 grand in debt. You're at 80% LTV. Kind of too much leverage for me, but lots of people are there. Goes up 20%. Guess what happens?
You doubled.
You doubled your equity position. You go to 1.2 on 800K in debt, 400 grand. If you happen to be like someone on this channel and you own, I don't know, $5 million and it goes up 20%, that's $1 million. If you own $10 million, that's $2 million. I mean, these numbers just get wacky. And stop being a spectator and sitting on the sidelines. Get in the game, do the work, buy with positive yield, all the stuff we talk about. But damn, I am so happy all those spectators stayed in the crowd so we can buy some deals.
Spectator's going to hate my new car.
I can't wait to see it. What color is it going to be?
It's going to be orange.
Of course it is.
Orange. And the license plate. So fun fact about New Hampshire, we have the highest per capita vanity plates in the country.
Okay.
And so it's going to be your rent is going to be my license plate. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to have extra insurance because it's
course.
going to get keyed.
Exactly.
It's going to get keyed. But I'm going to have extra insurance. But yeah, your rent, because again, people need to, you're very nice, Michael. You try and coax them, encourage them out of it. I'm the guy making fun of them that makes them take action. This is
You're both sides of the equation.
Yeah, you do it the nice way. I do it the really? Are you that dumb?
Like,
that's
are
how
you
I
that
do it.
stupid? Really?
Yeah, really? Yeah. Like who got an extra helping of stupid soup for lunch? This guy, you know? So I'm the mean one. I'm the one that kicks people. I'm the one that needles people. Mike, when we had a sales floor, I was the jerk. I was absolutely a jerk. If you couldn't tell, I would point to the board. I would be like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you unless you've at least done $1 million this quarter.
Yeah.
Like that was because that was fun. That was the banter with sales floors, right? And it was high energy. And that's how everybody kept each other motivated.
I was the quiet assassin that would walk up behind you and slit your neck.
Yeah,
you would not
not
see me coming.
Yeah, no, not me. I was, yeah. I mean, we did horrible things to each other on that sales floor. It ended up in the parking lot a few times.
Oh my
That's
God.
fun.
Yeah,
That's just fun. So again, you do it the nice way. I do it the needling way. Because at the end of the day, you know what?
we just want him to take action.
We just want people to move. And that's a different motivator for different people. I know for me, if somebody's being nice to me, I wonder what they want from me. So from my perspective, if somebody's going to needle me, like when somebody would say something about, being a 9th grade dropout, and I was like, I'm going to make 4X what you're going to make this year, bro. So poster board it. So that was the fun thing for me. And so I just think that people need to be encouraged that you need to do the work. You need to get in the game, and whatever that motivating factor is for you, you need to find something that gets the blood boiling and gets you to take action.
Yes.
Because I can tell you, it's going to get more expensive. It's going to be more difficult. You're going to start hearing banks saying no, especially when you want to be a landlord of an investment property. You've never been a landlord before. Good luck, because they have a longer line of people that can do that and can do that with cash where the bank is not at risk.
Exactly. This has been a lot of fun. Dion, any closing thoughts, and how can people find you?
Yeah. So the one thing I want to point out for anybody listening now, there's a different way of approach to this. There's the lumberjack way where you come in with an axe and you chop somebody down. And then there's the Mike way where you're super polite. But here's 3 people, and Mike said it a minute ago. I'm really happy a lot of those people sat on the sidelines because it made more opportunities for us. So the best thing for us would be if nobody was buying and there was, all of the options were for us. And what are we doing with our time? Me and Matt are putting in hours every week. Mike, you're putting in half a week every week to try to educate people that now's the time to invest, take action, become our competition, make your life better by taking action. And so whether you come in with the lumberjack way or Mike's way, the end goal justifies it.
Yes.
Because it's the right thing to be doing.
Very, very cool, gentlemen. So Dion, how can people find you?
Right here on YouTube and Dion Talk Financial Freedom, Tuesday afternoons, 4 p.m. for live streams. If you have any questions, I stay till they stop coming in.
That's awesome. And Matt?
8 p.m. Eastern time, Mr. and Mrs. Lumberjack Landlord for couples. And Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, 3 hours of amazingness.
Yes, and that was a
Dion's
crystal ball you just saw, Dion Pet.
That's how we know everything.
There you go. Exactly. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike.
Ciao.